Hi, this is Nick Garner for Sports Talk for Kids, and I'm here with two-time Olympian Bryan. What's your motivation like now that you've won the gold medal going into the next year's Olympics?
I think my motivation's good. I've got the goal of winning one more medal at the next Olympic Games, and of course, if I can do that, hopefully we'll rewrite some of the history books. I'll be the first decathlete to ever win 3 medals. So motivation's going well, but I think what's different is perspective. My perspective is a little different going into this, having already won 2 medals and not having to feel like it's the end of the world if I don't win my medal. And so it gives me a different perspective, and I'm able to sit back and relax a little more and actually enjoy it and have fun, which is a little different than previous years.
What would it mean to you to be the first one to win 3 medals in the decathlon?
It'd be huge for me to win 3 medals in the decathlon. If I was to do it, it kind of makes me feel like that my name could be mentioned with some of the decathlon greats. I know that a lot of people, throw my name in there already, but for some reason for me it just doesn't quite seem right. And so if I was able to do something like this, I feel like then maybe it would just feel a little more, I'd feel a little more at home with my name being mentioned with some of the guys that have come before me.
What are your expectations for going into London?
Expectations for London is it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. I'm getting older. The guys coming up are younger. I don't know if you can be that lucky in the decathlon 3 times in a row. I'm looking at putting together a 12-year Olympic career, which is pretty long for a decathlete, and the odds are stacked against me, but I think it'll go well. I think that I'm still capable of pulling one out, and so we're going to go into it with that mentality. We're going to try and just go and do what we normally do, and hopefully that's going to be good enough for another medal.
Do you still see yourself as the favorite going into these games?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I do. We'll see what happens. We still got a year and a half left, but as of right now, I still see myself going in there as a favorite. I think I still had the #1 score in the year last year. I think when it comes down to competitiveness and things like that and mental toughness, I think I'm still at the top of my game. I think I'm better than anybody else at that. And physically, right now, I'm still having personal bests in events and things like that. So definitely, I think it's possible for me to go out there and still win the gold.
Because of the long break between Olympics and you have to train, are there like a lot of up and down days that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think even if I was competing every weekend, it would be something where there'd be up and down days. I mean, that's just part of the kind of the deal. So you learn to deal with them. There's days where you feel like you're just going through the motions, and there's days where you feel great. Today, going through practice and doing some of the events, it just was one of those days that just did not feel good. But you go through the motions, you get as much as you can done, and you just have to trust that as long as you put in the work, that it'll all come around and line up when it's supposed to.
How do you manage being dad and a world-class athlete at the same time?
It's tough, but what I try to do is I try to include my family in everything that I do. Like you noticed today, my family was out here at the track. The kids are running around, in between events, I'm racing my son up to the shot put and things like that. So I try to keep them involved. I try to, make sure that I'm saying hi and that I'm giving them a hug and giving them a kiss and letting them know that I'm still thinking about them, even though I'm out on the track and I may not be at the house or things like that.
And a lot of athletes have gotten in trouble lately, done dumb things. How do you stay from doing that?
I think you have to keep your priorities in order. For me, I try to live by my priorities, and my priorities right now are God first, family second, and track, and everything else comes third. And so I think if I can keep that perspective and keep my priorities in that order, then it helps me to make good core decisions when it comes down to my values and my morals, and those things guide me through my decision-making process throughout the day, which help me make smarter and better decisions.
Do you wish that the Olympics would be in the U.S. opposed to having to travel?
I don't know. I mean, I enjoy going to a different country and having to go to the Olympics and things. I mean, there's good things and bad things about having to travel to a different country, and there's good things and bad things about having them in the U.S. But I personally enjoy going to another country and kind of experiencing the culture and experiencing what they have to offer in terms of the opening ceremonies and the closing ceremonies and things like that. And for me, that kind of makes part of the games for me.
China was known for having an amazing opening ceremonies. What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, I don't know if there's any other way to put it. They did a phenomenal job. I don't know if if I'll ever be a part of an Olympics that'll be that big of a production. And so it was a lot of fun to be a part of that. It was a lot of fun to be able to see that. I just consider myself blessed to have been there.
Thank you for your time, and good
No
luck
problem.
the rest of the year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is Nick Garner for Sports Talk for Kids. Hey kids, let's talk sports.